Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here for that second time around to do my recap of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After till all part 4. Are y'all ready to get into this again? Let's do it, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop.
auntie that everybody needs.
You can make this up. Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even
Aunties and lies, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, welcome back, everybody, and this is Auntie. And if this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family. To all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. I want to thank all 1,900 of you all who were in the live chat yesterday as I did my recap of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Season 8 till all part 4. It appears that I've lost my appeal, right? And so, my little video can't come back up, right? We don't have it to do. But we're going to talk today about the rest of the couples that we did not get an opportunity to talk about on yesterday. So the first couple that I want to talk about, just really briefly, y'all, right? Is Ashley and Manuel. Now, we all have been sitting back and we have been focusing our attention on one particular couple, right, with divorce going on. And it comes to find out, y'all, that Ashley never did Manuel's paperwork. Now, I sat back and I kind of was wondering, right, to myself, whether or not Manuel was really crying or was Manuel not crying. I really think that he is frustrated and does not want to do work around the house, not to the point where he don't want to help his wife, right? But just to the point where he is wanting to get a job. Now, a lot of the people on the cast criticized Manuel and was telling Manuel, about, learning how to speak English and everything. And Ashley, of course, was saying that Manuel wasn't, he was lazy and didn't have any motivation. I wouldn't have any motivation either if it's been a whole year that I've been waiting on my green card. Okay. So I talked about them in a separate video. Please feel free to go and see that video. I will try to put the link downtown in the comment section. The next couple that I want to talk about is Lori and Alexi. Now, Lauren has self-diagnosed herself, child. I ain't been to therapy or nothing. And so they decided they're going to, show her the video of her surgery. And so, she's sitting there, she's teary-eyed and all this kind of stuff. And she's apologizing to the cast for the cast having to see this bull, right? And so, we are looking at all of that. And then, she starts to talk about, the different things that she had, with her body and all of that kind of stuff, right? And so she was basically saying that, she had a tummy tuck done and, she had her belly button repositioned. And welcome, Tracy W. Hey, Boo. Hey, Pink Ivy. Hey, Liz White. Hey, y'all. Hey, Terry. So she was talking about that, and then she said that she had a 360. I don't think the notifications is going out. Something is seriously going on because my video from yesterday got flagged. It was 1,900 of y'all in the chat, and it got flagged. So we're gonna smile through it because this ain't the first time we've been through it, right? We're gonna keep on going. So anyway, she said she had a 360 and then she had gotten, the fat from the 360 liposuction put into her breast. But then now that, that fat has, most of that fat has dissolved. And so, and so she is basically, not pleased with her body. She says that she has, this body image problem, right? But again, she has not been to therapy. She has not been officially diagnosed or anything like that, right? So, hey, Yolanda. So, we're looking at this, and then they go into whether or not Alex was male chauvinist about saying that him and the kids was the first priority, not wanting to be your cheerleader and all of that kind of stuff. But I believe that every relationship has its own dynamics. And hey Leah. um I believe every relationship has its own dynamics, right? And if that's the way that she has accepted her husband, right? And I don't think that he's male chauvinist. I just think that, based on the information that Alex gave us. So what Alexi said to us, right, is he said that, he had been taking care of the kids and all of that kind of stuff, jumping in where he fit in and all of that kind of stuff. He said after she had gotten healed, she got dressed and all of this. So he thought he was going to get him a little bit because he has not been able to be intimate with his wife in a long time. And so as a result of that, right, she had told him that she wanted to go out to dinner. He said when they went out to dinner and everything, she, hit him with the whoop, 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 bam, bam, and told him, made it about her getting a job. And this is not what hey, Rokia, he was not, hey, Yolanda, I'm hoping I spoke to you, baby. He wasn't expecting this from her. He was thinking that, the two of them was going to go out, they was going to eat some dinner and have a little bit of, cuddle time or whatever it was. And she came in there with the okie doke and pulled that out. And then, him being the man that he is, or he presents himself to be, he felt like, her making the cheerleader comment was offensive to him because he was like, I ain't gonna be nobody's damn cheerleader. I'm your husband at the end of the day. And, I'm thinking we coming out here for this and you hit me with that, right? He said it was just the wrong time and wrong place. But Alex also went on, and I was glad that he said it. He said, if you think I'm male chauvinist or whatever, you don't agree with it, it is what it is, right? These are the things that I prioritized in my house. And evidently she's been fine with it. She done had 3 babies by the man, right? And there's a way for all of us, to do things, where we're in a relationship with our significant or insignificant other. There's a way to present and to do everything, right? And the way that she did it, it wasn't, it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool to him. And so, he responded, he reacted. Hey, Ray Della, you must have got the notifications late, child. The notifications ain't going out. It's a whole bunch of mess going on. But anyway, I digress. So when they were talking about the plastic surgery, they asked Jasmine whether or not she would go through the stuff that she went through, and so Jasmine was like, "Hell yeah!" As a matter of fact, I want to get my ribs removed. Now, as we all know, from me, I remember Janet Jackson, having the surgery. I believe she had the surgery, right, where she had her ribs removed, and a lot of people elect to get that kind of plastic surgery because they want to, minimize their waistline. Ain't no way in the world I could get that with all this butt I got in the back of me. Okay. Honey, I be looking like I had me a straight up BBL. Okay, because this thing back here is some straight up junk up in my junk. In my trunk, okay? Hey, Coco. So I'm telling you right now, this is not something that Auntie could absolutely do. All right, I wouldn't do it for anything, right? If anything, I need to be on the floor more, at the gym more, running and stuff like that. Because I notice for me, when I run, my tummy comes down. I just got a tummy problem, and I have got to get this tummy down. Okay, now it ain't equivalent to the junk that's in my trunk, but if I don't be careful, it's gonna be, bitch. Okay, they're gonna be about the same size. You ain't gonna know whether or not I'm walking or I'm backing up, child. Anyway, so I thought that was, really good and all of that kind of stuff. I've already done a video on Sophie and Rob. Don't want to go down that Sophie and Rob train. The more that I think about it, the angrier I get. Hey, Rokia, because I'm going to tell you right now, this girl is like extremely immature. And the thing about it was you talking all of this bull crap, but you don't have the receipts to back up what you said. And then you calling your mama and getting your mama involved with what's going on. Hey, Pamela, you should not. Hey, VSOP 85. You know what, y'all? Last night was 1,900 people in the chat. And I get an opportunity today, hey, Annette, to say hi to each one of y'all as y'all come in. I know some people probably irritated with it, right? But I got to shout y'all out. She's very immature. And they said it's almost like the blame game or the sympathy game. And what, the more you sit back and you look at it, right? Because the tell-all was on Sunday, today is Tuesday. And the more that you sit back and you look at a thing or ponder about it just for a little short while, you realize, right, that that's exactly what it is. And one thing that I noticed about Sophie and about Ashley, now, Sophie decided that she was going to come out there, right, sit on the sofa with Rob. And then after all of the dirt came out and she didn't get her way with everybody in the room, all of a sudden she doesn't want to sit with Rob anymore. But y'all noticed that when she went in the back, she was sitting beside Rob anyway. So, she didn't want to sit with Rob. But this has how the relationship been the whole entire time. Because when did she live with them? And then for her to have the audacity to not even celebrate her man's birthday and then be mad when her man go out and cheat. I mean, I don't believe in cheating, right? I don't think that, there's no real reason for doing it or no real justification, right? And what I'm getting ready to say, I know it's going to be unpopular, but I'm going to go ahead on and say it anyway, because that's how I do over here, right? There is never a justification for anybody cheating on anybody. But if it's your birthday, and you out, you with your homeboys, your home pieces, somebody come up and they flirting with you, you're going to entertain that. Like that's just, to me, that's just what it is. You don't have your wife with you. Some people drink away their pain and their sorrows and stuff like that. And she's out somewhere twerking with somebody else. And then she doesn't even want to be called a black pot. Okay, when she's already called the kettle black. You can't have it both ways. Then they sit there and they talk about how, in 2023, they only, were intimate with each other 1.5 times out of 365 days. And I don't remember if last year was a leap year or 2023 was a leap year or not, bitch. But that is a long time not to be intimate. And then she said that she had told him, okay, and I said I wasn't going to talk about them, but I'm going down this road anyway. She said that she had told Rob when they was having problems and she was insecure because she was insecure before she even came over here. She knew and acknowledges that she knew that Rob was messing with several people before she even got here. So now you get here, right? You having issues in your relationship. You tell your husband, I'm going to withhold myself. I don't want to be, intimate with you or anything like that, right? Because I believe until I trust you. And one of the things that I have a problem with is the corn. Okay. So she says 3 days, he promised her he wouldn't look at it. 3 days later, he went and he started looking at it anyway. Thank you, Barbie. You was one of the 1,900 people that was out there. That video then got flagged. That bitch done got flagged and YouTube said we ain't got it to do. I can't even release it. Maybe I'll release it to the members. It's just like, what? But anyway, thank you, Bobby. So she says after 3 days, right? She went to him. But was she intimate with him? Did she get the man anything? Hey, Gina, come on. You making the man wait, but then you don't want him to look at anything, do anything, talk to any. Like, again, I know this is unpopular, and I'm not justifying Rob's behavior because, again, let me repeat it for the people in the back because it'd be a lot of people coming on my channel that be in the back. I am not justifying Rob's cheating. If he cheated, I'm not justifying that, but I understand. I understand why he would be that way. If he is not being satisfied by his wife, then what else he's supposed to do? You living with your girlfriend. You don't even live with the man. You didn't even celebrate the man's birthday. Hey, fat girl Snoop. Hey, Auntie finally caught alive. Love you to pieces. Part of the 1900. You was here listening. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Boo, for being here. It's too much that she's requiring from that man. And why they stay together? Because I believe that a lot of these couples stay together, y'all, for the sheer fact of being on the show. We can go down the list and now we can add Ashley on. Because that bull crap that Ashley pulled with Manuel and everybody on the cast got on her and was like, it's no excuse. It's no reason you could have been filed that paperwork. See, she didn't see that coming. But see, she had been sitting out there putting her mouth on everybody else's stuff. And then when her story come around, she didn't even get along with her daggone sister. And then got mad with the sister because the sister was trying to set him free. Is Manuel the new Michael? I asked that for a friend. Sure did. Is Manuel the new Michael? Because Manuel, honey, on the next episode is talking about, let me get back up on this microphone. He's talking about he tired of washing clothes. And you know what the thing about it is? Yeah, you want to help out around the house. But when you find yourself feeling like, you enslaved and that you are just there to be domesticated, don't nobody want to be domesticated, not even a woman, and especially not a man. You don't want to be sitting around there washing nobody's daggone clothes, mopping and all of that kind of stuff. When Skylar came out there and had the audacity to be talking about Michael and what Michael lied about, she said that Michael lied about mopping the floor. You mean to tell me that from the time period that Michael was living there, you couldn't find another lie? Let's talk about Angela, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. So yesterday I got off a little bit, right? I was off a little bit because, I hate when people pretend to think that they know me, right? And or to know my motivation or to take words that I say out of my mouth, right? And twist it and turn it. So I got a little off yesterday. I must admit, I was out of character. Well, no, bitch, I wasn't out of character. I just, there's certain things that I should think and not say. Angela came out there on that stage and said that she was out there to be a support. When the hell has Angela ever supported anybody? Let's just talk about it, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. Angela has never supported anybody but Angela. Period. Do I believe that Angela got true love for her grandkids? Yes. Do I believe she got real love for her daughters? Yes. But she can only love them to the capacity that she come first. Angela got to come first. Y'all see me, I'm sliding all over the place because I'm trying to maintain so this one don't get flagged too. I'm trying to maintain like a mother out here. Angela comes out on the stage and Kobe, the hero, looked Angela dead smack up in her face and said, "You every time you out here with your husband, I'm paraphrasing, you treat him like you disrespect him, you don't let him talk. You disrespect your husband so much that not even a fly would respect him." I think that what Angela did not realize is that Kobe, too, is from Africa. So for Kobe, this is one of his brothers. See, Kobe can relate because Kobe is married to a white woman, too. Because if you don't know, honey, Kobe friend Valerie will tell you in a heartbeat, she white, she bossy, she controlling. And Emily is. But not to the extent where she emasculates her husband, treats him like on television, and Kobe don't tolerate it. Emily know how far she can go with the acting. Emily know how far Kobe gonna let her get away with brand new on television. I'm sure the two of them have a good ass conversation about how far this gonna go. Angela tells Kobe she don't care nothing about what he gotta say. She ain't come out there for that. She don't want to talk about nobody. Mind your business. I ain't come out here for that. If that's what you think, I don't give a damn. Okay. Kobe said, we ain't gonna sit here and act like you ain't treated this man like this year after year after year after year after year. We ain't gonna do it. The same woman who emasculates Michael puts her hands on him when she feel like it and is allowed to do it with nobody stopping her, not even production. Turns to Michael and tells Michael to shut Kobe down. Kobe, in a couple of seconds, did what not nary one of them has been able to do in the last how many years. He shut her down and backed her up. Kobe said, "You been doing this. This ain't nothing new, and we ain't gonna sit up here and fake like it is. A fly on a wall, and you know what you do with flies. They are annoying. They are dirty. They land on your stuff and spit. And even that nasty creature, because I don't know what the purpose of flies are. other than to get swatted and sprayed. Matter of fact, I gotta go spray these walls that's trying to get up in my garage. Bitch, no, they not. No, they not getting my garage. Kobe said, "We ain't got it to do." She turns to Michael and say, "Tell him to shut up." Why? Michael don't attack nobody else when you talking. He don't shut you down. He sits there and allows you to act an ass. Angela got the nerve to tell Sean it's hard. When this woman set herself up there, y'all, I am biting my tongue like a monk. Y'all just don't know. This vile woman, in my opinion, jumped up in this man's face several times downtown at the house. And one of the things that Kobe said is, Michael gets very little respect. He gets sympathy. We sympathize with Michael. But as Kobe said, he don't get the respect. He said not even a fly. And I think that went above people's head about what Kobe actually said. Don't nobody respect Michael. We all got sympathy and empathy for him because we've watched over the years what he has tolerated from this cigarette smoking, wrinkle faced woman who had the audacity to blame Michael for the reason why she trying to Botox herself. So is Michael the blame for them teeth clicking and clackling in your mouth like that? Is that Michael's fault too? Let a bitch know. Everything that's wrong in Angela's life is Michael's fault. And then she sits out there and says that she's scared because she's got to play that damsel because that's what Karens do. Karens will become a damsel in distress. Now she was out there. I'm shaking, Sean. I don't know what he's going to say. I am hoping that I am wrong. And as soon as she's told that she is wrong, she goes off. But not before. She was a damsel in distress. Oh, she's crying. She wanted to be right. She doesn't want him to find anything on Michael. Oh my God, please. I'm just hoping that they don't. I would be so happy. And as soon as she heard the results from this PI, we didn't have enough time. So when Kobe stepped to her and opened up his mouth and say something about it, oh, now she got an issue. Now she got a problem with Kobe, and Michael need to shut it down. And you know what the thing about it is? If you don't have the tenacity and the audacity to be a Kobe, when Kobe steps out there, right? Here's the thing. Angela can't whoop everybody. So when Kobe stepped out there, that was time for Rob, Ashley, all of them to say this, speak this, speak and talk this. That was the time to jump and piggyback over Rob. Over Kobe. Because Kobe shut her down. Now she's defenseless. And she need Michael to deal with him. But we see in the previews that's coming up that she bunking in the man's face. But if Kobe even think about putting his hand on Angela, his whole career is over. His whole life will be over as he knows it. Because first of all, he a man. And we know the other reason. So Michael telling Kobe, stand down. And that picture that you see on the thumbnail is Kobe's reaction. Kobe is done with this bull. And so is the rest of the cast. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. When Angela last episode got up and walked across that room to Jasmine and told Jasmine that the same woman that was allegedly cheating with Michael was trying to cheat with Gino, and Jasmine said, don't come over here. Don't you come over here. You leave me alone. She could not have done that with certain people. You walk up, you getting done up. You don't walk up. Boo, I gave you your space. I'm going to respect you in your space, but you don't walk up. You don't walk out. That's the last thing you do is walk up. Because you about to get done up and fucked up. Nobody even believed it. But for some reason, y'all, every episode, every season, we get these women like Jasmine because Jasmine treats Gino the same way. She throws stuff at Gino. Every time she got a drink in her hand, it's in his face. I have yet to see Jasmine not be mad at Gino and throw across the room, but they let Jasmine get away. Why was Jasmine and Gino's segment not them 10 and dragging the dog do out of Jasmine? Because she got a little Bo Peep dress on? Because they think she killed? See, certain people can get away with stuff. But let the roles have been reversed. Jasmine treats Gino like he a piece of... And we ain't even gonna talk about the way that Ed not only treats what's the child name? Child, y'all know what I'm talking about. But the other women. He sits in a jacuzzi and says none of y'all MF. Calm down, Auntie. Sit back for a minute. Fix your bra. He sits there and calls everybody in the thing MF. He had the audacity to backpedal on Pussy Pop when he found out, and he gonna walk over to Michael and say good job or whatever. Yeah, you shouldn't say nothing to Michael. But when you narcissistic, when you do dumb when you talk to Liz like she ain't nothing, and then Liz got the nerve, y'all, in the next dag on the previews, she got the nerve to hug Ed for what? Rumor in the street is she ain't even with the dude no more. I think she used the dude just to try to make it look like she had moved away from Ed. If it's true that they not together anymore, she's an actress too. Because it's pretty obvious to me, and I don't know if it is to y'all. It's pretty obvious to me that she ain't into that guy Jason like she act like she was. It's pretty obvious to me also that she's still in love with Ed. Pretty obvious to me. This tell all part 5 look like it's gonna be off the Richter scale because Angela is bucking up in Kobe's face. They look like they pulling Kobe back, and Kobe's face is looking jacked up. Kobe is looking like I will knock you into next week. Kobe is restraining himself, but he was a hero. He was the only person that has ever stood up to Angela and told her, we ain't gonna act like you ain't been doing this for years. Not even a fly respects Michael. And ain't nobody on God's good old earth want people to have sympathy for them and not respect. You want to be respected, especially a man. I've always told y'all, I've been telling y'all from the beginning, a man wants respect more than he wants anything else. He wants to be respected. That's why Alex acted like that with Lauren. And then Lauren and them gonna go and get their bags, honey, and leave because she says she got 3 kids. And now all these women who sitting back there in the back got all this yickety yak and talking about Lauren behind her back. But when Lauren and Alex was up there, ain't now one of them have one drag paragraph. They didn't have a dragging sentence. They didn't have to say, but then you're going to get back in the green room, the gray room, the black room, whatever the room it was. Now y'all going to get back there all together on one accord and come for Lauren. That was a punk move right there. Because if you had something to say it now. And then Thais is gonna sit up there and say, you think you better than us? Yeah, bitch, I am. I'm out. And I like the way, and I don't even like Lauren. Unpopular opinion. Here go another one for y'all asses. I don't even like Lauren. Didn't like Lauren from the first season she came on. Still don't like her. But when Lauren said, you got something you want to say? And sat up there on that chair like that, bitch, like this. Because you know that's when you ready to, okay? This is when you trying to maintain in the membrane. When you sit like this, when y'all see me sitting like this, I'm trying to maintain in the membrane. I'm trying to bring myself in, okay, cross my legs, still try to maintain being a woman. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, you got one time to do something to trigger me, and I'm going to be forever triggered. Lauren said, I got 5 minutes. If you got something that you need to say, go ahead and say it. You froggy, leap. You got something to say, speak. But you got 5 minutes because I got a flight to catch. If that won't a read, and Sophie sitting up there looking stupid, because you know daggone well you don't have a back, you don't have the balls, you don't have the audacity to even whisper anything because you're going to need sympathy, a lie, and 50 people to jump out there for you while you hold on to your teddy bear. She's the last person that need to be opening her mouth. But see, they can have all of that rah-rah for Lauren, but have no rah-rah for Angela. None. You ain't got no rah-rah. Where your rah-rah? Lauren, when she hugged them, she said, oh, dry hug. Thanks anyway. Oh, dry hug. Thanks anyway. Why hug if you don't mess with her? If you don't mess with her, why fake it? You ain't got to fake it till you make it because you ain't got to make it till you fake it. So what are you doing? It is what it is. You don't like me, you don't like me. I read something today. Where's that? I screenshotted that. Let me see if I got it on this telly right here. I think I got it on this, and it reminded me of a couple of things. What? Boy, if you don't leave me alone, leave me alone. Where is it at? I'll read it to y'all. I snapshotted that today. To the person, okay, who worries what other people may think or say about you. Here's a room filled with all the people who pay your bills. The room is empty. All the people who pay your bills, walk in your shoes every day, determine your future, and love your family way more than you possibly could. These are the same people you should allow to discourage you. Come on now. Trying to show y'all this empty room. Come on. Show them the empty room. What's going on? Hold on. That's the empty room. It says these are the same people you should allow to discourage you. The people who don't walk in your shoes. The people who don't love your family. The people who don't determine your future. Because they weren't part of your past. The people who don't pay your bills. The people who think that they're entitled to judge you based on what they don't know. Them the people. That empty room. These are the same people you should allow to discourage you. Nobody. Lauren did what she did. Her and her husband, she made exceptions. But y'all gonna buck bad with Lauren when Angela walks. You know what? When Angela walks off the stage when she wants to, Angela doesn't stay at the house. Angela cusses and goes off. Angela does exactly what she wants, and ain't not nary one of them bitches, especially Sophie, ever step to Angela. Where's that same energy? Because Angela don't follow nobody rooms. What rules does Angela follow? Angela left, didn't stay at the house. Where was Sophie? Where was Thais? Where was them bitches to say, Angela, if all the rest of us got to stay in the house, you think you better than us that you ain't got to stay in the house? We got problems up in here. Jasmine ain't sleeping with Gino. Michael, like what? Ain't none of them say nothing? But you gonna jump up in Lauren's face? Because Lauren was talking about you on Pillow Talk? Okay. And but they ain't gonna say nothing to Angela. Absolutely, Ray Della. Hasn't Angela walked off the stage and every tell all came on one of the tell alls and showed her breasts, pulled her shirt down to, was it Michael's sister, cousin, niece, nephew, great 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 niece? Didn't Angela come on there and flash the woman? Didn't she put her hands on Avery's mother? Or tried to put her hands on Avery's mother? But you gonna say something to Lauren. You gonna buck up at Lauren because Lauren leaving early, and Angela has barely stayed in that mother. See, that's the thing that I think that a lot of people are disgusted with is the privilege of it all. I keep trying to tell y'all, I've been doing this from the beginning. And I ain't never seen this much privilege given to one individual that damn near nobody likes. At the expense of an African man. At the expense of all of us being disgusted. To the point if you say one thing wrong, it gets misconstrued. One thing, right, wrong, or indifferent, bitch, if you ain't bowing down, it get misconstrued. I'm gonna go out and say this. And I want to make sure that I look it up for y'all real quick. There are over 2 billion content creators on the YT on YouTube. Over 2 billion content creators. And half of us give our opinion. That's what we do. We review shows, news, politics, cars, houses, all kinds of categories, all kinds of niches. We give our opinion. I am entitled to my opinion, just like you are. Which is why I fell in love with doing a live. To give you all an opportunity to give your opinion down in the comment section. I am a content creator who does review on shows just like everybody else, and I give my opinion. And my opinion is my opinion. And these are the people who I find in the empty room. I also want to make sure that I define something. If you don't mind me, oblige me real quick. I know the definition, but I just want to make sure I clear it up. A blogger, according to ChatGPT, is someone who maintains and updates a blog. I am a vlogger. Let me give you the definition. A vlogger is short for a video blogger. They are content creators who make and edit videos. I don't have a blog, I have a vlog. I'm a content creator. The definition also goes on to say they make and edit videos to share with an online community. Vloggers use videos. I'm a content creator who makes videos and I give my opinion. Thank you, Khadijah. Get it right. I don't take this stuff personal. I try not to take it personal. I swear I don't. But sometimes we look at these shows and these shows get the best of us and cause us to be enemies or have enemies or people misunderstand what you say. There have been times when even I myself have misunderstood something that may have been in the chat and I've cut a head off. And for that, I apologize. I usually come back out and apologize, or even I apologize like in a live. But when it comes down to these shows and these people, y'all, we got to chill out and we got to relax. We have to understand that a lot of this stuff that we are seeing out here on these shows is highly edited. There is the real. The interaction that the cast members have with each other causes us to really be offended, upset, triggered, embarrassed, humiliated. They make us relive our own past. They make us agitated and make us feel like, vengeance is mine. They make us want to get involved and they make us, if we're not careful, enemies with those people who are not our enemies. When I see these girls give respect to Angela, to not challenge her, but to challenge Lauren, to me, that is bullying someone that you feel like you can bully. But just suppose that she know a little bit of jitsu and know how to flip your big A. Just suppose that she know a little taekwondo and throw you on the floor. Then what you gonna do about this? I notice even with myself, there are times when I come out and I am going ham. I'm going off on this month. But then I gotta remember, you got a whole life outside of this. Half the time, I don't even know what's going on. I hear things. I may slide by, and see stuff, on Instagram or whatever. But then the thing about it is I don't even know who I'm following, right? Because there's no name, no face, no case, right? I don't know. If Angela decides that she is going to come back and TLC continues with filming with Angela, I am probably not going to do this show. I am tired of supporting it. I'm tired. I'm tired of looking at all of this mess go on. And I have told you all, how many years has it been, Ray Della? Has it been, Ray Della, 3 years, 4 years that I've been saying, y'all, I don't want to cover this no more. Y'all, this is too much. It's too much. This is not the way 90 Day Fiancé started out. I remember those Sundays, y'all. I remember doing these when it wasn't no damn live. And I remember when we had the opportunity to start going live with each other and how much fun we would have, y'all. How much fun we would have in the chat. Do y'all remember when we was in the chat and we was talking about the ice cream flavors? Y'all, we used to have so much fun doing this. Now, this is just, it is stressful as fuck to come out and talk about these people. Because the stuff is spilling out everywhere. That's why I don't have TikTok. I don't watch any of them on TikTok. I don't watch all the extracurricular activities. I just don't. It's too much. And I am hearing a word on the curb is that season 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, season 8, of Tell All Part 5 is going to be off the chain. And I'm telling y'all, buckle up. Buckle up. It looks like Michael is going to tell his side of the story. I'm sure it'll be a modified version because I understand that Michael is still under a NDR. NDA. Is it a non-disclosure agreement? So there's very few things that Michael's going to be able to tell us. But we're going to, what you say, Ray Della, I'm sick of them recycling the same couples over and over again. I am too. I am too. Y'all buckle up for episode 5. And again, if they bring Angela back, y'all, I swear to God, I don't think I'm ever going to touch the show again. Period. Anyway, I love y'all. I'm gonna come back out. The dogs that came out, look, they opening up the door to the room. They done bust out. Look, they free. They said give us free. They all up in the office. I love y'all. Y'all have a great night, okay? Thank y'all so much for being here. Bye, y'all.